Hello, and we are here for the next part of Jotunheim. So it is now late summer of year 2, so several turns have passed. I think this is turn 29. As you can see, there was a battle on Nazca this turn, so pretty big army here. This is basically all of Nazca's sacreds, and they've been using all of their gems to summon their sacred condors. But their leadership in this battle is quite poor. It's really just this guy, I guess his prophet. Yeah, who's got his bless and is ready to go. And then this guy. He's got some ghosties over here. These guys are really strong. These are really good units. Like, the fact that they're ethereals, that's really crazy. And he's got some Condor Warriors too. As for me, I just kind of have a big stupid line of Sacreds. I have some blobs of Sacreds, and then I have Rock Throwers. I even have a couple of these Spearmen. But this is a very low magic battle. Like, I do have a lot of these Goads. Just to bless the Sacreds, really. That's sort of their whole purpose, because there's a lot of them here. So they're casting Bless multiple times in order to hit everybody. And I think basically all the Sacreds get hit. The birds descend upon us. Rocks are being thrown everywhere. I think there was actually a good hit there. Commanders are over there just like casting spells. Casting flight for some reason. Yeah, these Nazcians, when they're buffed, like with charged bodies, that's quite nice on an ethereal unit. Thankfully, we mulch them pretty efficiently. My big dumb retard bless really coming in handy. We do lose a lot of sacreds though. We lose about 2,000 gold worth of stuff. These guys cost 20, so he lost about 1,000 in Condor Warriors. So definitely economically in his favor, just in terms of gold. But these Condors are also expensive gem-wise. So, retreating was just a couple of guys, nothing too major. Got some famine in the province. Barbarians are going to attack in God's Tomb Mountains. Misfortune. We killed a guy who was sneaking around in our capital. We finished constructing a giant fortress. And we're not able to siege Nazca anymore because too many of our guys got killed and knocked off the province. So we're taking some leftover troops and pushing them back over to the capital. So this is the situation as it currently is. We're making a lot of gold now, a lot more than we used to be, which is good. I think we have 23 provinces. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22. 22 and a half, I guess. We're getting the income from Nazca itself, which is nice. There's a pretty terrible bug in Dominions 5 right now where if you are under siege, you can still recruit units, and there's like a way to further exploit that to gain infinite money. But if you do that, the game announces that you're cheating. But the recruitment part does not. So it's totally possible that Nazca could be recruiting stuff in his capital right now. And there's really nothing I can do about that. It's just like, whatever, it's bugged. Getting battle fright, huh? That's pretty terrible. In fact, I don't want you leading units because of that. So other news. Forge handful of acorns. Oh yeah, we got this cool ethereal assassin, so I'm walking him over here to this province to presumably assassinate the barbarian lord who's going to pop up over here. We got this earth random enchantress, which is really special. Earth is a very rare thing for Jotunheim. And we found this site with her. We found a fire and earth gem, which is so cool, because we don't have access to those naturally, so that's a great find right off the bat. We're immediately into earth and fire. Really cool. So I'm going to have her walk around and site search. Just recruiting some stuff in my capital, site searching with a couple Gijas, I think. Looks like 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them I have site searching. I need to get these guys back here. This is our current income. This is 12, 13, 14, 18, 19. So we're about 10 gems behind the curve. But that's okay. Our start was a little poor, so we're catching up. We're checking everything out that we can. More importantly, we have 3 Blood Hunt provinces up right now with these Scrotty. And we're working on improving them. I'm casting Pack of Wolves over here and sending Brock, this guy down here, to pick up some troops. I need to recruit more of these chiefs, though. These wolf guys. Picked up the wolves from Happy Howls, and I'm coming down here to patrol around in this province. We've definitely found some slaves off of Baldur here, but we need to find more. So I'm just producing more of these guys. I kind of want to get all these woods going. Maybe not this one, because it's got this annoying death thing, so it's losing population every turn anyway. Maybe we just avoid that one. But this province for sure. I didn't build this temple, by the way. This was a random event temple that I got here, so... but it's, you know, it's nice to have, I suppose. We're really out of expansion avenues. Diplomatically speaking, I have secured a nap with Yis for whatever that's worth. I think I have a nap with Satis, which is pretty good, because Satis, I think, is huge. Satis has provinces over here, and they also have provinces over here. Which is like, how is that possible? Ulm is over here. So, I think Archaecephaly was in this area, and they've been defeated by Satis. Like, there was actually an incredibly major battle this turn that I didn't get to see, but I just heard about, where Archaecephaly lost basically everything. Their whole mage corps, all their units, like 400 dead hoplites. And I think they went AI. Not this turn, or rather, they may be AI next turn. So they may be the second casualty. Pretty embarrassing performance on my part, again, like this failure to take Nazca. But Nazca's a really strong nation. I'll have to give these guys a try in another game, because they're really tough. I think if I were to do it again, I would definitely need more of these stone hurlers. The amount of siege strength they give is just so critical, especially with this guy who's just like spamming chaff. Like the stuff in his cap, they're just ghouls. All he has left in his capital are ghouls and like 21 Condor warriors, plus whatever he was producing, because he's surely making more Condor warriors. But regardless, like, okay, he's making Condor warriors, but really his big thing is he has his mages spamming ghouls from these death gems, and he has his super mages reanimating stuff. The little ghost ones probably. Ashdod, he's got some Anakites over here. I don't know what he's doing with them. Maybe he's going to hit this throne. Maybe he's coming to hit my provinces. If he is, that's pretty bad. I'm not really in a position to fight Ashdod. I'm not really in a position to fight anyone. My performance has been very poor. And like here, this is sort of scary. But my research is also, I mean, it's terrible. 58 points per month by turn 29 is like, what are you doing? that's miserable. And it is pretty miserable. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say on that. it's just proving difficult. I'm making this handful of acorns, by the way, for this guy, so that way he can hold it, so he can assassinate someone and have 3 vine men with him, and maybe that'll help him out. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be worrying about like a blood economy right now, and I should be focusing on getting my research up. But I'm not really fighting any wars presently. I mean, if Ashdod attacks me, that could be bad. Not having an answer to Anakites is scary. But he doesn't have anything over here. And this province is just crossbowmen, so if this is really all he's attacking me with, this is surely stumpable. Even if it is led by an Adon, who's probably geared, probably got some items, magical items on him. Otherwise, I think I have a non-aggression pact with my other borders too, like with Ulm and with Sitis. And maybe with Abyssia? Unsure. He seems sort of like he's not really answering. Yeah, I need to get more research going. It's interesting playing a nation that doesn't have access to fire or air gems, at least not in like high quantities. Like, yeah, okay, you can get a little air, but not really. You can't really get much air. I'm trying to make these guys. I'm rolling for the earth, or for the air random. So far I got a water one and I got a death one, so maybe this next guy will be air. Maybe. It would be really cool to get air 1. Air is a really neat path. If he had air, this guy could absolutely thug. Solo, he could thug by himself. He doesn't even need very much. Like, look at his weapon. That's insane. 42 damage. 17 attack skill. That's really freaking strong. Cold power is cool too. Like, how much is this guy getting boosted by the cold? +2 defense, +2 strength. I'm not sure if his HP is changing, but his protection definitely is. MR, Drain Scale is helping me out. I wonder why Nazca took Drain 3. He did take Drain 3. Yeah. Why did Nazca take Drain 3? I guess he was planning on just doing the same thing that I did, but I just did it better. Or realistically, my units are just better early on than his were. My more immediate goals are to finish off Nazca and take this cap after an embarrassingly long amount of time. Get more mages out and start researching. I've got a lot of forts. Like, if I could take Nazca, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forts, which is neat. They still need to be upgraded a little bit, but so far they're all right. Getting me 2 commander points, so I should start pumping out Gijas. It's 10 research points for 165 gold isn't that bad. The upkeep is pretty nasty, but the upkeep on these Scrotty is pretty bad too. Anyway, I want to make another Scrotty, because all of them basically, like when I blood hunt with these guys, this button basically says, get 5 blood gems. And that's pretty good. The more blood gems I can get, the more I can compensate for having poorish research. It's not poor-ish, it's very poor. I mean, this is probably never ever, but if I could cast it, that would be cool. Bind Ice Devil would be a very neat thing. It'd be a very cool super combatant to get. I could send horrors. That's definitely in my future. I could do that. Oh, this is the big one. Curse of Blood. Absolutely could get that. Very, very easily within my paths. I twice born this guy? Nice, that's cool. Yeah, I don't want to lose this mage. Pretty nice paths, for especially for Curse of Blood. Maybe they could have been better, but like, what does he need for Curse of Blood? He needs 3 blood for death. So he'd have to be... Let's see. He'd have to be holding a skull staff, and he'd have to be wearing the skull helmet, which is never... Like, that's a never-ever thing. So, either he'd have to be empowered in death or in blood once. So this guy, yeah, he's a no-go. Probably the best thing is just keep pumping them out until I get one that rolls 2 deaths. Like, rolls 2 death hits. Just need to get a mage who's death 3, basically. And it's gotta be one of these. Man, they're really expensive. 280 gold a year. They're strong. They're a really good mage. Like, these paths are incredible. Getting into Astral is so cool. That just opens up so much. A lot of neat spells. I gotta get Enchantment 5 sometime. Gotta get Horde of Skeletons. Conjuration 3 is really just for these things. These things seem okay. And I'm kind of stockpiling death gems with nothing to spend them on. But also, I think casting Dark Knowledge would be a more efficient use of my mage turns. Because I'm really desperate to spend my mage turns on research. Which is not really a problem I've ever had in a game before, but it is a problem I'm having now. So, yep, I'm gonna try moving these guys back onto Nazca. With all this, hopefully we can start putting some siege damage on the castle. Last turn we walked onto it, and we killed a little bit of PD. There was no real battle on it, I just walked onto it. And we were breaking the wall integrity pretty substantially, but then he sallied forth. So, yeah, hopefully with this extra stuff, like what is this? What is this providing? 83 siege strength, and this is providing 76. So with that extra like 150 siege strength, maybe that's enough. And if not, this army is another 88 plus 9, so 95, 96. Hopefully that's enough. Shouldn't be much longer than Nazca has their capital. They still have this province. I don't know why Satis hasn't taken it. But yeah, I think Satis is really big. Abyssia has eaten Tianchi. They own their capital, so Abyssia is pretty big too. I think Ashdod's pretty tiny. I think Ulm's pretty tiny. Yis sort of owns all this water, so that's a lot. So I think I'm in a pretty good spot in terms of like gold income. My research is just so poor. Having 3 drain is really dreadful. Like, this is fine as Ulm. It's not so good as Jotunheim. And in retrospect, I think it was a pretty critical mistake to take drain 3. Now for the build that I wanted to pursue in this game, that being this stupid Sacred Rushdown, if I could go back in time and change it, I think I really didn't need so much production. Like, I really have excess production, even when I have the gold to somehow spend on all of my Sacreds, which really, I think instead of hammers I needed growth, and I don't think I needed this many candles, maybe just 1 less. Even with this Sacred like meme rushdown thing, it may have been a little too much. Maybe just a little bit too much. Because recruitment points are really what's like stopgapping me that now. That and gold. Those are sort of the big things keeping me back. Yep, just making sure I'm recruiting everywhere. not mercenaries. Getting an enchantress. We'll have one out turn after next. Can't make any of these spear guys. I like them because they have 19 protection. And anything else? Nope. Looks all good. So that'll be the end of this part.